Poverty, insecurity to worsen over exodus of businesses investments from Nigeria, Neca says. Neca, N-E-C-A, is Nigerian Employers Consultative Association. So this is the Association of Nigerian Employers in Nigeria. They are saying that poverty and insecurity is going to get worse in Nigeria as businesses, leave Nigeria, investment also leave Nigeria. Nigeria has been a very deadly area for any investment and is gradually turning to a desert. That is it. So that is what this group is saying, that we should prepare for hardship because this is just the beginning. The Nigerian Employers Consultative Association, Neca, has said unemployment and insecurity may worsen over the mass exodus of businesses and investment from the country. The Director General, Mr. Dewale Smart Oyerinde, said this in a statement on Wednesday. His reaction is coming on the heels of GlaxoSmithKline's imminent exit from Nigeria, GSK. Oyerinde said the trend is the reason for increased unemployment rates and insecurity. He urged the federal government to engage the organized private sector to solve the emerging catastrophe. And when businesses cease operations, divest or move to other profitable and hospitable environments, many Nigerians become unemployed. Inadvertently, the country loses income from taxes, social investments is hindered, and poverty holds sway, he said. Wow. We know that a lot of businesses are going to leave Nigeria. Some have left, some are on their way leaving, including this GSK, GlaxoSmithKline, and more will leave afterwards. A country that does not have any social amenities or any form of infrastructure to support small and medium-scale industries, no talk of large industries, is obviously heading to poverty. Okay, a country that does not understand how to create employment, does not understand how to improve businesses, that is always increasing tax, and then collect the tax and also share. They don't invest it, and then you still go and do international borrowing and still share it instead of investing it. How do you expect such country to move forward? Okay, now you are expecting to generate revenue all from taxes, and taxing the companies and businesses that you are not helping to grow, you are not helping to develop. There's no light, no security, no road, right? No good economic infrastructure, no medical infrastructure, no good schools, nothing at all. And then businesses are buying fuel, buying diesel and petrol to run themselves, and the same price of fuel and petrol, you have increased it to something that is unaffordable, and you expect the businesses to survive. No, now, especially manufacturing will shut down. NEPA or whatever you call them is not able to provide electricity for the manufacturing sector in Nigeria. People are using diesel to run their businesses and petrol. And now you are increasing the price of petroleum products in the country, and then you also want to collect tax from them. You will not supply them light and security and good roads, and you expect them to survive. They will leave. Okay, most businesses that have employed few individuals creating employment and moving people from the street are going to close down. So both business owners and potential employees of those businesses are going to go home unemployed, hungry, and what is the resultant effect? Poverty and crime. So crime rate is going to increase. A lot of evil vices are going to step in. People will start doing rituals, doing yahoo, doing all forms of things to be able to feed. And there is nothing the government will be able to do about it. That is how terrible it is going to be. Unfortunately, the government will have this insensitive, ignorant, and absolutely don't know what to do, or just don't want to do anything about the situation. All they know is to steal and to share the oil proceeds among themselves, like the senators are doing under Augustus Akpabio. Okay, they collected enough money, bribe from the ministerial nominees, and they are sharing it now, and it has caused problem now, like what Augustus Akpabio has mistakenly revealed, how they give themselves money when they are going on recess. And now it is obvious what is happening in the Senate right now might even be worse than what happened under Lawan as Senate president. It's going to be a very terrible one. So a country where the federal government removed subsidy, started floating naira, and went and borrowed about $800 million or got it as a gift to share as palliative to cushion the effect of the first subsidy removal. But up to today, they have not been able to share anything. But they have gone ahead to give 70 billion naira to the lawmakers to share to cushion the effect of the palliatives. And they're even managing, in the midst of that, the rumor came when they wanted to increase their salary, and that was also stopped. So you now see that the gap between the rich and the poor, the few Nigerian politicians are getting richer, while the entire Nigerian populace, the masses, are getting poorer by the day. This country is heading for something. It's not going to be easy, actually. Someone said Tinubu's primary goal is to reward his fellow thieves. Exactly. That is exactly what he wants to do, to reward his fellow thieves in the country. And it's going to be very terrible. Someone said Nigeria is finished if election tribunal fail to remove that toad brain. APC administration is a curse on Nigeria, and that is true. Scoreboard of past 8 years of disastrous regime in Nigeria. The new Tinubu, clan are beginning to say that such advice is driven by hate. Yes. Anything you say against this administration, they say it is hatred. The next thing they will say that from Igbo. Because the Tinubu government has introduced ethnic bigotry to a very disastrous level, to a new height that has never been in Nigeria before. So this is going to be a kind of civilian dictatorship that is emerging, and it's going to be worse than even military dictatorship. So you might see that the way it is going, if care is not taken, what happened in Burkina Faso, what happened in Mali and the Niger Republic might happen in Nigeria. I'm sure more than half of Nigerians are beginning to clamor for it. And as that pressure builds up, before you know it, forces will come together behind support the military, and they will take over and then try to reform this country. Because the only way Nigeria will move forward, we've seen that democracy is not going to move Nigeria forward. The only way is for a credible military to take over, reform the nation's constitution, reform the nation's everything, and then institute another democratic rule that will be sustainable, because the level we have now is not sustainable, it's not practicable, and nobody will be able to live with it. It's a very terrible one as we speak, that we have this APC administration handling Nigeria in this manner, heading into the pit, very disastrous policies, and they don't care about it. That is the worst of all. Tinubu and his people don't care. All they know is how to share the proceeds of oil. So that investors are leaving Nigeria, businesses are leaving Nigeria, no direct foreign investment. They don't care. They don't care at all. They don't care. They don't care. Now they are thinking of, they have increased petroleum product, and it's going to increase further because of the floating exchange rate. They are now trying to increase taxes. They have increased electricity tariff, and it's getting worse, and they still don't care. And they are talking about using private entity to collect tax and revenue from government parastatals, the same way Tinubu used Alpha Beta to collect tax from Lagos, the same way he wants to introduce it across the country, and Nigerians are domiciled looking at it happening. It's going to be very terrible. So thank you for listening, and let's have your comment from this statement that Neca has just made, Nigerian Employers Consultative Association, that poverty and insecurity is going to get worse in Nigeria as businesses and investment vacate Nigeria.